Ismael Kone has found his new club and it's done, as he's heading to the Serie A to join Sassuolo, the newly promoted side from the Serie B. And this is a very exciting transfer for the 23-year-old Canadian international midfielder, and Sassuolo might be the right destination for the Canadian, as he joins Sassuolo, a side looking to prove themselves in the Serie A and find stability at the top flight of Italian football after getting promoted from the second division in the Serie B just last season. And Sassuolo are a side that are looking to prove themselves with getting midfielder in Ismael Kone, who is also looking to prove himself this season. Two sides looking to prove themselves at the top level, and a smash transfer where both sides and all parties win. All parties have truly come out great from this deal. Olympique Marseille get a player out the door that they didn't want anymore. Sassuolo get an exciting talent that needs to prove himself, and Ismael Kone will be earning starting minutes at Sassuolo. But was this the right club? Was this the right league for Ismael Kone to prove himself at the top level, at a top 5 league? And was the Serie A the right choice? We're going to break it down, giving you guys my thoughts on the transfer and how Ismael Kone will fit into Sassuolo this season. Before we do, guys, drop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on Ismael Kone heading to the Serie A and Sassuolo. Make sure to smash that like button, guys, and hit the sub button because your support has been absolutely incredible and I truly appreciate it. But we're going to dive straight into the video and Ismael Kone joining Sassuolo, because this is a very exciting move for both Ismael Kone as well as Sassuolo. They're getting a young 23-year-old Canadian international who needs to prove himself at the top level in European football in a top 5 league. And joining Sassuolo for me is the right choice. It's a very exciting move for Ismael Kone, where he fits into Sassuolo like a glove. But the details around the transfer are very interesting, as Ismael Kone to Sassuolo from Olympique Marseille on a season-long loan deal, but he also comes along with the option to buy from Olympique Marseille at the end of this loan deal, which then will become an obligation upon reaching certain conditions of a total package of 12.5 million euros. And that's very interesting, because if those clauses are met throughout the season, Ismael Kone will then immediately find himself a Sassuolo player at the end of the campaign, which could be certain conditions such as even staying in the Serie A for Sassuolo and proving themselves in the top flight of Italian football. But also on that deal, it sees Olympique Marseille getting a 10% future sale, and the contract would then be until 2030, a 1+4 deal. So this is very exciting for Ismael Kone, and this is of course already official from Sassuolo and was also reported from Nicolo Sciarra. And this is a great move for the Canadian international midfielder, and for me, the question around this move is, where does Ismael Kone fit into the side for Sassuolo? Well, Sassuolo right now are playing a 4-3-3 under the manager in Fabio Grosso, and he plays with 3 midfielders, and that is very exciting for Ismael Kone, because he will find himself a clear pathway to this starting 11 very easily. Ismael Kone, of course, can play in multitudes of different roles. Can play as a 6, can play as an 8, can play as a 10. Where he wants to find himself is as a box-to-box 8, which suits himself very well, but also suits Sassuolo and Sassuolo's squad to a T, because currently that is what they're missing in this squad: a box-to-box number 8, a playmaking number 8, who can drop back into the 6, help defensively, but can also help going forward, creating chances and linking up the play from the midfield to the attacking third. And Ismael Kone can be that missing piece for Sassuolo, which is very exciting for the Canadian international, because he needs to find himself consistent starting minutes. He needs to find himself at club where he will start on a regular basis, and that is why I believe he has chosen Sassuolo. Yes, Sassuolo isn't the most exciting squad. It's not the flashiest team for Ismael Kone to find himself going to, but joining Sassuolo is the best option for his footballing career. He's getting to go to a top 5 league. He's getting to go to a side with aspirations, with the chance to prove themselves and find solidarity and solidity in the top flight of Italian football once again for Sassuolo. And for Ismael Kone, he needs that chance to prove himself at the top level, at a top 5 league, and joining Sassuolo, a side looking to do that as well, this is a match made in heaven. And this is a side where he will find consistent starting minutes, where he will start on a regular basis. But he will be starting in his preferred role in this 4-3-3 under the manager and Fabio Grosso. Like I said, they play a 4-3-3, but right now what they're missing is that box-to-box number 8. That is why they sought out going to sign Ismael Kone. That is why Ismael Kone was their top priority. That is why they brought him in on a loan deal, and it is unbelievable. It is amazing for Ismael Kone. Yes, it's not the flashiest, but it's a great club for him to get consistent starting minutes, and one that could have a really good season in the top flight of Italian football. And when you're looking at the Sassuolo squad, when you're looking at their midfield three, it is clear right now who will be starting for Sassuolo this season. They have a midfielder, a 26-year-old Italian in Daniel Bolocca, and then he is their 6. He is their deep-lying midfielder who will sit and will be that defensive midfielder in their 4-3-3. But up top in the number 10, their attacking-minded midfielder will be the Norwegian and Christian Thorsveit. And that is very exciting because he is a great midfielder at the age of 26 as well. And of course, lacking that number 8, lacking that box-to-box midfielder, comes in with Ismael Kone. So there's a perfect balance in that number 3, in that 3-man midfield. And also one thing that goes very well for Ismael Kone is the current fact that he is able to play in any of those 3 midfield roles. And the fact they're playing a 4-3-3, the fact there's 3 positions he can break into, he can look to in the starting lineup and say, I can get in multitudes of different ways. It's very exciting for Ismael Kone that there is a lot of outlets for him to start in the Sassuolo roster, because this is a great move for Sassuolo. This is a great move for Ismael Kone to get away from Olympique Marseille, get away from that toxic club that was really dragging him down, which you could see as he was playing. He did not look like himself. But Sassuolo are a great option for Ismael Kone, and the best thing for Ismael Kone was he didn't sort out the biggest, the best club, the best contract available. He did the opposite. He looked for a club that was looking for aspirations for the heights to prove themselves in a big league, where he could get starting minutes, where he could start for a club on a regular basis, and where he could prove himself. And this is the right club, the right option, and the right choice for Ismael Kone to prove himself ahead of a home World Cup year for the 23-year-old Canadian. We have to remember, Ismael Kone came onto the scene from a very early age. He is now still only 23. He is not even in his prime, and he has a lot to prove, but he can do it at Sassuolo. The Italian football is a very good translation for how Ismael Kone likes to play. He's very good on the ball. He's a very silky player. He can get into the attacking third, and he's also very good on the ball as well. But there's still a lot to develop within his game, and doing that at Sassuolo is a great place to do it. And if we're going to grade this transfer, for me, guys, this is an A. This is an A+ deal. You are getting everything you need. You're getting a club that will start you on a regular basis. You're getting a club where there is the option for starting minutes. You're getting away from Olympique Marseille. You're getting starting minutes ahead of a World Cup year. And a league, in a top 5 league, where the football suits his traits, suits his style, suits his ability, and it's very exciting to see for Ismael Kone heading off to Sassuolo and to join the Italian side in the Serie A. But do you guys think this is the right club for Ismael Kone to prove himself? Because it is a big ask, it is a big step up, but a very exciting step up. It's not a big club, it's a side looking to set themselves up for future success in the Serie A. And joining Sassuolo, for me, is the right club for Ismael Kone to prove himself. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Did Ismael Kone choose the right club to prove himself, or would you have liked to see him join a different side? Drop a like down below, guys. It really helps the video as well as the channel. Make sure to smash that sub button, guys, because the support has been absolutely incredible, and I truly appreciate it, guys, as we continue to build the best and most exciting Canamenti community on YouTube.